Alright guys, welcome back. This is the, I guess we'll call this part number 2 of the quad trailer build. Building a trailer for my quad out of the front end of an old quad. If you missed the first bit, obviously I'm assuming this is going to be fairly bush league setup, but I do think it's going to work well. So I've just done a little bit more detabbing on the frame here. Obviously took the support for the steering arm, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll just make a rod that goes between the two, tied together. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I also just weld some plates there. Just make 2 rigid bars so these wheels can't turn at all. But what I'll be doing here now is I'm going to set up my rear cross member. Again, this is going to be the very back of the quad, and this will be how far it comes past. And I'll basically weld this piece on. And then that's a piece of scrap steel that I found, and I will be welding it on like so, and this will make the base of the quad. That'll be the front of the trailer. Might actually end up angling it like this and just going to the front like that, but that's kind of where we're going with it, so we'll get started. Alright guys, so we're going to go with 2 cross members, one at the front, one at the back. I've kind of tacked a few things in place. We'll go ahead and weld these up now. Alright, so I've got these cross members welded up, and then I found this scrap steel. Again, I'm making this thing all with junk, so there's no design going on, there's no, not much forethought going into it. I'm just kind of heading down that road, whatever seems to happen, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and square these up. These are going to make the main frame of the trailer. To these I'll probably end up putting, I don't know, I might end up doing some more steel across, or I might end up just doing some 2x6s or something like that and just screwing them to these. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and square these up and get them all welded and see what scrap we can find to keep going with. Now, just because you're building something and you don't have any plans set out, still want to get everything good and square. So I don't think that a lot of times strict design isn't all that important, but you still need to build it properly and build it well, and that includes squaring everything up and taking the time to get it right. I'm going to tack this in place. Alright, so that should be tacked well enough that fiddle with it. If by chance this design doesn't work, or if I find something a little better right away, I can always just bust those off quickly, do something different. But I think that's going to end up working quite well. So next step will be figuring out what we're going to do for the front, where we're going to connect up to our quad. Obviously this is a fairly high trailer. But I'm 6'2", and so I don't like having to bend down too much. This is enough for me. If I'm stacking wood or loading wood, I'd rather do it, you know, knee height or above. So I think this should be good for me. And I'll find some more junk, and then we'll do some more work to her. Alright, so for this trailer, at the front, I'm going to end up bringing it to a point, only because these pieces of square material I found, or scrap material, had these plates welded on at an angle. I haven't even checked them, it looks like a 45. And the way that I've tacked them on here, I think it's going to work quite nicely. So I'll end up coming right off here, I'll end up going down to the pitch for the quad. So I'm just going to lay out, mark my angle that I'll need to cut this at. I'll use the other side for this, and then this will give us a nice flat surface we can screw to again, or whatever. But I'm going to mark those out right now. where we're going to leave it for today. Gotta get home, but little piece of junk's coming along.